What? Did you watch the JKL live show last night? Goodness me. This guy called Kasmuel Mcoure. He was proper destroyed. I mean, I'm not taking any delight in that, but what I saw last night was a case whereby someone who knows Kasmuel Mcoure actually revealed what we've been suspecting happened with Kasmuel Mcoure, why he betrayed the movement. Now, this is not just anyone. This is WANJIRU, one of the foremost leaders of the Gen Z movement, who has been there since day one, who has been out there on the streets, who has fought shoulder to shoulder with Kasmuel Mcoure when they were agitating for reforms last year during the Gen Z street protests. Now, Kasmuel, of course, we know since then, has done a 360. He's proper turned his back on the movement, riding the likes of Gaucho and the other sort of youth wingers within ODM. And we've seen him even shake hands with our oppressor, Ruto himself. But we've seen Kasmuel Mcoure causing up, even with the likes of Osoro, the likes of Sudi, people who are outright against the movement, against the Kenya that we are fighting for. And people have been quick with a blanket condemnation of the Gen Z movement. These people don't know what they stand for. They're easily bought. WANJIRA, look at Kasmuel. Now he's following politicians around. He's not talking about the Gen Z movement anymore. Look, guys, the Gen Z movement, which we now call the movement, is here to stay. And it is going to be here until we deliver a new Kenya. And still, even after that time, we will still be here to keep the leaders true and honest. Even if Omtata or former CJ Maraga becomes president in 2027, we will still be there as a movement to make sure that they stay true to the ideals that we want to see in a new Kenya. And I'm mentioning those two Kenyans very deliberately because I believe they're among just a handful of Kenyans whom I genuinely believe have been tried and tested, and we've seen that they cannot be bought. They can stay true to the pro-people agenda that we want to deliver in the new Kenya. So back to Kasmuel Mcoure. Here is what WANJIRU said about why Kasmuel Mcoure left the movement.
Tell me something, but some of you are also being bought. Let's face it.
Yes.
There's some of you who were very outspoken in the beginning, and now they're very quiet. Ni kama wamepeoka kakitu. Au sio?
Lakini sio some of us. Sema Kasmuel Mcoure has been bought. Okay? And I think from the very beginning, Kasmuel said sometimes his mental state is a bit unstable and he's not grounded in a movement like I am. He's not grounded ideologically. So for many Kenyans, it wasn't very surprising. And look at us. Samuel is gone. Today we have Reverend. So the leaders will continue coming up over and over again because this is a struggle that is informed by our lived realities, by the things that we are facing as young people, that we cannot afford to be quiet. And it's unfortunate that they got Kasmuel.
Yeah.
He will regret it without a shadow of doubt.
Sisemi kitu. You guys, you have the numbers, right?
Yep.
You have the numbers.
Yep.
But you don't have the IDs.
Yeah, IDs are a problem. But also, I want to tell George not to be afraid that we are going to be compromised because we are very focused on birthing a new country.
Not all of you. Some of you have sold out.
Just one person. Jeff, by the way, I want you to stop saying some of us have sold out.
Yes.
I want you to say Kasmuel sold out, which is an individual. Gen Z, millions of young people. Wagani?
Kuna wengine?
Wagani, Jeff? Wagani?
Mention names.
Ni Kasmuel peke yake.
Yeah, the boy was not a dyed-in-the-wool revolutionary. You cannot be a revolutionary and then turn 360 and start dining with the oppressor. It cannot happen, guys. It is like a Mau, someone like Dedan Kimathi, turning full 360 and working as a shamba boy in a white man's farm. It cannot happen. It is not fathomable. And people like CMB Prezo had warned young people that this guy, Kasmuel Mcoure, does not look like he's genuine.
What's his name?
Name him.
Huh? I can't remember his name. He's not that important.
A politician or a...
No. He's probably a Nairobi University student or something.
Yeah.
The girl says, I say things without fear or fear. Yeah. Yeah, if you know his name, Juma, you know his name? Huh?
Or the new guy?
Yeah, the new guy.
Oh, the guy who looks
The guy with the afro.
He looks like. I was telling people he looks like Bobby Schmurda with an afro.
yeah.
Put up Bobby Schmurda and put up Kasmuel. They look alike.
Yeah,
You see them on the screen right now. You see the Bobby
That
Schmurda.
nigga is just a cloud chaser.
Prezo, and I'm not even trying to kiss your ass. Let me just be real with you.
Yeah.
Of course, I also have my cohort of friends who I talk to.
Yeah.
Right? I've been telling them this. I'm like, there's something iffy about this guy.
It is.
That's not real. It's not coinciding with the real Gen Z thing.
Anybody who, sorry to cut you.
No, go ahead.
Anybody who is okay up here will see the fuckery. You said I can cuss anything. I just like to be outspoken. You can see the fuckery that this guy is trying to do, you know. So on a serious note, this guy is just looking for clout.
For
you know
himself.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, and time is proving that this assessment was right. Yeah, and I've also analyzed this video before where he was being interviewed, and it didn't sound very convincing.
If you got a call to have or to be a cabinet secretary, would it be a hard pass, or I can actually think about it?
Again, that's to be fair, I've not thought about that question, and therefore I think I could fumble the answer. But it's something I would give a lot of thought. It's something I would give a lot of thought in the sense that I don't know when next such an opportunity would arise. But that is only if we do not achieve the objectives of this movement. If we've not figured the point, because remember, we're still saying Ruto must go, we're still doing all that kind of stuff. If we do not achieve, which I don't believe that we won't achieve, I'm a firm believer that we will achieve whatever it is that we've set out to do. To be fair, to me it feels very early, and I run the risk of jeopardizing myself in speaking, because I feel like, when questions are asked, answers are usually deserved. If I'm going to be honest, I just have not thought about the situation or a scenario where I get such a call. Yeah, I'm still so focused, so committed to the movement and injecting and communicating what our woes are, that a CS position would be useless compared to the war against corruption, would be useless compared to the war against bad governance, would be useless compared to the lack of police accountability. And if they use that to try and silence me, then you see that would be a very, very hard pass. But I will consult widely, talk to my mentors, naingia grao, because mimi napenda kuingia grao, nisikie what vijana wanasema, and eventually I know I'll get an answer.
Yeah, so the signs were there, and it is good. It is good that people who are not truly in the movement for the good reason are not allowed to continue in the leadership of the movement for much longer. Imagine if someone like Kasmuel Mcoure, who because of his gift of the gab had already been given position of spokesman for the movement. What a tragedy it could have been for the movement to have such a person as the leader. When you're mobilizing towards an election, maybe they're given some money or compromised by one way or another. So it is good that these kind of leaders are being rooted out early enough so that those true fighters, those who believe in Kenya Bora, can stay in the struggle until we achieve. And I tell you the truth, we are going to achieve the new Kenya that we are fighting for.
He should also embrace Kaongo. When we saw him embrace Kasongo, we said, hey, we cannot be on the same side. Akichukua Kasongo, tunatoa S.
Yes.
Nabaki Kaongo. Because all he does is lie anyways. So we want to see him come and say, okay, I also embrace Kaongo.
Let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Thanks for your time. If you are new to this channel, please take a moment to subscribe, give this video a big like, and leave a comment, and also hit the bell button so you get notified when you post next time. God bless you. Aluta continue. Peace. See you later.